Hi guys, I made it back tonight. Yeah, so the doctor did not have to scrape my eye, so I figured I would get on here and show you what I've been playing with. I've been having fun. Look, I've been playing with tracing pads and drawing pads and manila drawing paper and doodle pages, but let me show you what I've done. So, you know, we all have, or I know I have an issue using my true vintage ephemera a lot of times. Although it's beautiful, I have a hoarding problem. So I picked up these papers at Hobby Lobby tonight, and I cut some of them down to 8.5 by 5, and I printed on them. And we will make those look really vintage, but look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? And this is before we do anything to it. Now, I will tell you that the printer was not real happy with the tracing paper. You can see like it tried to pull it in too fast on this one. But look how beautiful. I mean, look at these like book pages. Ah, I love it. So what I've done is I just cut them down to 8.5 by 11 inches. And look. So these are the ones that I've done on the tracing paper. And I love them. They're absolutely gorgeous. So that's tracing paper. So if you want to see, this is what I use to do those on. Okay. And then the next one that I've done was the drawing paper. And so all of this paper is a little bit lighter than copy paper, so that's why I like it so much. I like the drawing paper as well. It's a little better than the tracing paper was. It's still really thin. It gives it a very vintagey feel. The printer seemed to like it a little better. Look how pretty that is. I mean, and this is before we even make it vintage looking. This is before we do anything to it. I mean, it turned out so good. I was so pleased with it. So that one is the drawing pad. And I think these were like maybe $2.99 or $3.99. You know, so it's a very good price. So that's the one I used for those, in case you want to get you some of those. And now I'm still undecided on this one. They turned out good, but with it being this yellow color, I mean, I don't know. I like them. This is the manila paper. I do like the way they feel. They do feel good, I have to say. So, look at that. That is just so pretty. I love it. So that was on the manila drawing paper. That's what that was on. And I have to say that my absolute favorite was the doodle pad. Oh, and that one's got the price on it. So let me show you. Look at these. These are beautiful. They're so thin. They feel so vintagey feeling. I love these. Oh my God, I love these. These just turned out perfect. So I will definitely say that the doodle pad is my choice. Now, you know, that may change as I get it cut out and I start to, you know, vintage it up. I might see that I like one of the others better. But right now, I love this. These are just beautiful. Love how these turned out. And so that's what this was. Look at the price, $2.99 for 60 sheets. And it makes great ephemera. So I figured this is what we would kind of try to work on tonight, was maybe see how we could make some of this look a little bit more authentic. You know, because I really don't like to use up my true vintage papers and stuff. You know, I want to do this. This is like one of those old invoices when you would go get your car fixed. And I could see this being folded up and in somebody's car or something. So I'm just going to cut it out. And I really don't care if I get it cut straight, because we're going to kind of rough the edge up. We're going to tear some on the edges. Because we're really going to try and make this look as authentic as we can. So while I'm cutting, I will tell you what the doctor said today. So I did not know when I went on Tuesday that when he was saying that it looked suspicious, he was thinking I had cancer in my eye. And he was wanting to see how it responded to the medication as to what his next step was going to be, because he really thought, and he told me today, he really thought that it was cancerous. And when I went back today, he could see, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it let him know that it was not cancerous, and that it is, you know, it's shingles. So I'm glad that I did not realize that he was thinking it was cancer on Tuesday, because I probably would have had a heart attack. But the pain is much better. He did put me on, in addition to the oral antiviral, he now has me on an antiviral eye drop. I'm just looking for another little pair of my scissors. Oh, I'll use these. Okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to kind of, not really like cut, but just like maybe get like little chunks out. Just little bits and pieces. You know, like this little invoice has kind of been around. And just kind of tear it a little bit. And I am going to fold it real quick, and you know, because it looks like it's been folded up and in somebody's glove box. So I'm going to fold it. And then right there on that fold, I will tear it a little bit, or cut it. So let's just cut that just a little bit. And then we'll kind of fold a piece of that up. Maybe even tear that little piece off, or cut that little piece off. Let's do that. And then we can, you know, take some little chunks out here and there. I don't think I have my nail file in here. I was going to get my nail file to kind of rough the edges up a little bit, because you know the edges are going to be frayed after hanging out in the glove box for a while. You know, and just be careful, because this paper is thin. It's quite a bit thinner than copy paper, but it's okay if it does tear a little bit, because ultimately, you know, we want it to look rugged and worn. So I'm okay if it does tear just a little bit, but you know, I don't want big gashes in it. I have a nail file that I normally do this with, and I'm not sure where it is right this minute. It's probably in my drawer here. I guess I could actually look, but I still can't really see, so we're just going to do it like this for now. This works just as good. So I hope all of you guys are having a good day. I'm definitely feeling better after going to the eye doctor today, and he said I go back, I think, next Thursday, and he said it should be pretty much gone by then. He said the eye drops that he gave me today, just, it does not let the the virus spread anymore. He said it does not kill the virus. It just doesn't let it spread anymore. So I'm okay with that. Whatever we have to do to ultimately get this stuff gone. So let me tell you guys this. If you can get the shingles vaccination, go get it. You guys will never hear me admit to my true age until the day I turn 50. And I promise you, I will be sitting at my doctor's office on my birthday, the day I turn 50. And I'll be like, I am 50 years old. Give me that shot. That will be the one and only day that you guys will ever hear me own up to my true age. That's the only day. So, okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of inking around the edges a little bit. Just kind of getting it, you know, so that where I frayed it there, that's going to look really good. Because, you know, this has been like in the glove box, and, you know, who knows, it might have been, some lady might have toted it in her purse for a little while before she put it in the glove box. Who knows? And then I'm just going to ink right here on that. Just on the fold itself. Now, look, it's already looking so vintagey. Oh, I love it. So let's fold it up some. You know, kind of how it would be. Let's get some good folds going on. I want to get some good ones so that we can ink those folds up some. So I'm going to do the same thing, just a light ink on these because I don't want it to be, you know, too much. And just a little bit on those couple of little folds there. Look at that, guys. That is looking so good. Ah, I love it. Loving, 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 loving it. So like this piece, it's kind of just like hanging. I'm like really inking it up a little bit more because it's just like hanging out there. Oh my goodness, I love it. And then you can do, you know, you can ink the back up a little bit, but with the back the way that it is, this would make a great journal area. So this could be folded and tucked into a journal. And because it looks so vintage, it would look amazing in there. And then it could be like a little secret journaling spot. So, and you could absolutely do more on the back than what I'm doing, but I don't really want to do any more on the back because I want to just keep it to where somebody can really journal on it. So it can be tucked into a journal like this, or, you know, you could tuck it in there like this. Anyway, you want to do it like that. But oh my goodness, I'm loving this. Look how vintage that looks. That really does look vintage. Ah, okay. So let's see. What else can we do? Let's move on to another one. I should have printed two of them. Well, what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll print another copy of the ones that we do tonight so that I can put them side by side and compare them so that you can see how they look before and after. I think that would look really cute to give you an idea of just how cute it can be. So, I mean, this is just one way to like really build your ephemera stash without actually using your ephemera. And it looks like this had holes in it, so we are going to poke those holes in it. And I can't tell where the other one was. It looks like it was right there. Okay. Okay. And then this one was also folded, it looks like. So let's get the scissors. What did I do with them? There they are. So let's just get our scissors and let me go around the edge again. Let me see if I have my fingernail file right here. That doesn't look like I do. Wouldn't you know that I don't? No, because I want it, so that's why I don't have it here. Oh well. It's not that bad to do it like this. I could do it with my sanding block, but I don't know where my sanding block is right now either. So we'll just do it with my scissors. And it is tearing a little bit, but I'm actually kind of doing that on purpose. So, you know, and again, you don't even have to do this. This is one of those things, it's like personal preference. I'm just doing it because you know, I think it kind of makes it look a little older. You know, looks like it has been used and worn and stuck away and tucked in a pocket and that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm doing it. But again, just remember that you don't have to do this. But this is just a fun way to really get you some ephemera in your stash without, like, you know, using up all your good ephemera. Surely I'm not the only one that has such an issue using my good ephemera. I mean, I have such a hard time with it. And I'm kind of ripping those holes some because I know that my holes never stay, like, I don't know, they're always ripped, always, so. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Now this one looks like it was folded in thirds. So we're going to do the same thing. And you know what we're going to do on this one? We're going to put a stamp on it because it has a stamp on it. And so if we put a stamp on it, that'll really make it look good and authentic. So we will do that, I think. And again, I'm just kind of, I don't want to go too much on the ink. I don't want to overdo it. But I do want it to look pretty worn. Worn and ragged. So just get in there and have fun doing it. That's the biggest thing. Okay, let me see. I don't know if I have stamps in here. And I have it upside down. I knew that I did. Oh, yes. Okay. Look at there. I've made a mess, guys. That's what happens when you can't really see. All right, so that is a red stamp. That's about the right size right there. We're going to use that one. So, I think it's a sticker, but let's go ahead and ink it up. I'm just inking that up. And is this one a sticker? I don't remember. Yeah, it's a sticker, I think. Okay. No, it's not. Look what I'm doing. That's okay, because that kind of adds to it as well. Alright, so I'm just going to glue it down. Just like that. So that really, because that's on top of the paper now, it really makes it a little more authentic looking. And so I'm just putting some ink around it. And then, like where this tear is, I'm going to kind of fold it and ink that really good. Alright, and there's that. Look at that. Oh, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, now let's do one with another one of the papers. Let's see what we have that we can use. I love the doodle paper. Absolutely love the doodle paper. Okay, let's see what we have in the manila paper that we might can use. I'm just looking to see what I printed out. What about, let's go with this one here. Let's see how this looks. So I'm just going to cut it out a little bit. And this one has a stamp on it as well. So we will see if we have a stamp that small. And so that's another thing. If the pieces that you print, if they have like stamping or something on them, if you will actually take and put a stamp on it, it adds to the look of it being vintage. Because it gives it, you know, proportion or depth or whatever you want to call it. Like that one has a stamp on it. That would be cute. Okay, so I'm just kind of tearing or roughing up the edges of this. And this one was, I did not print it true to size, so, you know, that I don't always need it true to size when I'm putting it in a journal. And it's tearing some, which is fine. Okay, and so let's just fold this one in half, maybe. Okay, and so let's ink around the edges of this one. I'm going to fold that down. I'm going to tear that corner off. You know, it's been hanging around and it just got, it got a little tattered and torn there, which is fine. Now I do like the way this paper is feeling as doing this, I have to say. I do like the way it feels. So this might be, I wasn't too impressed with it, but I do like it. Okay, so I don't know if I have a stamp that small. So let's see. Let's see what, oh, I do have a little blue one. Look at that. Do I have any more small ones? Not right here with me, I don't think. I think I like that blue one. Okay, so that one's going to be the one that we use. And we need to kind of, and if you see, I've kind of tore the paper right there at that stamp area. So we will need to kind of tear this stamp some, but what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put it on first. And then we will kind of tear it a little bit. Okay. We might give it a few minutes before we try to tear it so that we don't just like completely kill it. Look at this. This is some really cool ephemera in just a few minutes. Look at that. Ah. Yes. How much fun would this be to open a journal and see these in it? I think it would be a ton of fun. Okay, so let's see. We got these going. So that we don't run out of time, let's go on to, we've already done the doodle pad. Let's do one of the drawing paper. see what we want to do on it. Ooh, I love these. Let's do this one. I like that big one there. That looks fun. Looks like a nice writing area too. Be nice to have it tucked in a journal somewhere. And so you can do the same thing with the checks. Now, like those checks that I have printed out, we can actually vintage some of those up and even clip them to some of these like invoices like this to make it look like they were included for payment or something. You know, if we had the rusty paper clips, you know, that you can make, or some kind of clip like that, you could clip it onto the invoice to where it looked like it was just, it came with the invoice and it was sent in for payment. We may do that with one of them. I don't know. We'll just have to see. If we're getting close to being out of time. But I'm enjoying doing these. These are really fun. I don't want to stop. This video might be a little longer than normal because I really don't want to stop. And I don't even want to take the time to turn my video camera off. So we may just let it keep running for a little bit. Yep. Because these really are. And you guys know last night I told y'all I had lost my mojo. And then I had to force myself to get on here and do a video and sit down and just do some crafting. And then look at me tonight. I don't even want to stop. It's like, I got too much to do. So that's how it works sometimes. You know? You make yourself do it. And like I said, you know, we all lose our mojo. It's just part of it. And losing your mojo is fine. It's just what you do after you've lost it, you know, to get it back. Do you let it stay gone, or do you waller in it, or do you try to get it back? And I have to tell you, my mojo's back, y'all. Y'all help me out. Because I am like in a, I want to just make, I want to actually, I'll probably end up doing all of this before I go to bed tonight. Because it's just way too much fun. I mean, it is just, I don't know, just to see it kind of transform, and you know, you can use the different colored inks. You could use like the walnut stain, something like that. Now I'm sprinkling this one, and I am going to very lightly brush over the top with my brush, and it's just going to pick up some of the crinkles. And I will do that on the back of this one, just to give it a little bit more color, because this one's almost completely white. Look at that. Okay. So let's go ahead and do, what all do I have the checks in? Is it just that I've done the checks on? I think that was the only one I done a check on, wasn't it? I don't know. Okay, it's a little big, but we'll use it. We're just going to go for it. So I'm going to cut this blue one out right here. And it's from 1897. So cool. And I will do the same thing. Is rough this up. Now, I don't have any of the rusted paper clips right now, but I do have a little stapler, and it would not have been uncommon to have seen this stapled or something So that's what we're going to do. And I am being kind of rough on this when I'm distressing the edges, because this is, you know, hanging onto that paper, and so it, you know, liable to have been caught on something, get caught in the file drawer on other files. So it's okay to me that it is quite a bit tattered. And then I'm gonna fold it, you know, put some good creases in it like that. I'm not like really gonna majorly, but I'll put just a hint of ink on those edges or those lines there, just a little bit. So you really can't, you can just barely see it. And then I will go around the edges here. And then this is kind of folded over, so we will like really ink it up. So I'm, you know, a little more rough on this one because it's a peripheral piece, and so you can imagine that it's going to have a little more wear on it. And so we can take it, you know, and I'll just stick, where's it at? What did I do with them? You guys know I have those little bitty tiny paper clips somewhere. I don't know where they're at. They're probably, oh, I do know where they're at, and I can't get to them right now, I don't think. Okay, so don't think they're in here. They may be, but I don't think so. Nope. Okay, so I'm not going to worry with clipping it right now, but see, we can clip this onto here. We could staple it, but I think it would look cute clipped on there. And so let's see about the tracing paper, and then we'll be done something with each kind of paper tonight. Let's see. Okay, here we go. That's tracing, that's drawing paper. So what do we want to do? Oh, I like those. Let's do one of these pieces of ledger. And we will do that with the tracing paper. And I love the way it feels. Oh my goodness. It's like the old onion skin paper. It's so much fun. I love the way it sounds. I love it. Okay. So let's see. Let's kind of distress the edges of this just a little bit. Doesn't take a lot to distress them, because the paper's so thin. But you know, that's what makes this paper so much fun. And this paper is fun. Now, on the tracing paper, for sure, if you do use it, you have to give it just a little bit to dry if you're using an inkjet printer, because it doesn't soak down into the paper as quick. So keep that in mind. Look how inked up my hands are. And so let's kind of fold. We're not even gonna fold it proper. We're just gonna fold it just like that. I'll hear my cat. And then right here at this fold, I am gonna tear it a little bit. And then let's just a little bit of ink there. I'm loving how it sounds. Oh my goodness. It sounds so good. And so like really ink up that folded area. Just like really get it. How much fun this is. Look at my hands. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to ink all over this, you know. That felt good. All right. So there we have it, guys. Look at this. Oops. Well, that made it a little bit more authentic. I meant to do that. Right. Okay. So in just those few minutes, we have made a bunch of authentic looking. What is this? Should we call this, do a series maybe of fake ephemera? Fake faux ephemera? Huh. I wonder if I could. I don't know. That's something we may think about doing that. Alright, so here we go. Look what we made tonight. Oh, we didn't rip this. We did now. Yep, just like that. We just ripped it. And I'm going to rip a little bit off, out. See? Just like that. We got it under control. No worries. Alright. So there we have it, guys. Look at that faux, fake, vintage ephemera. Yes. Alright. Go make you some, guys. And make sure you share on the Facebook group. Let me see it. I would love to see how yours turns out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.